Welcome to Meta with your host, Dr. Elhanan Gazit, your ultimate destination for leaders and creators. Here, we share some of the best metaverse, gaming, and digital innovation news, stories, and insights. Think fast, level up smart. Game on.
Welcome to today's deep dive. I'm excited about this one. We're looking at AI predictions for 2025. Specifically, a bonus chapter from Dr. Elhanan Gazit's upcoming book, The Gaming Generation Plus.
Yeah, it's called AI in 2025. 25 bold predictions by AI that will blow your mind.
Catchy title. So for folks who might not be familiar, who is Dr. Gazit? What's his expertise?
Well, he's a leading expert in gaming, metaverse, and all things digital innovation. He's really known for this idea of gaming thinking.
Gaming thinking.
Right. It's about using the strategies and skills we develop in games to navigate real-world challenges.
That's fascinating. Okay, back to the chapter. What makes it so unique, aside from the fact that we're talking about the future?
He didn't write it alone. He actually partnered with an AI Claude to create these 25 short stories about AI in 2025.
Whoa, hold on. The AI co-wrote these predictions. I've never heard of anything like that.
It's a brilliant approach because it goes beyond just listing trends. These stories actually explore what it might feel like to live in this AI-driven world.
All right, so out of these 25 stories, where do we even begin?
Well, one that really stuck with me is The Last Human Chef. The Perfect Imperfection.
Okay, just from the title, I'm intrigued. What's it about?
It dives into this tension we might see between AI optimization and, the beauty of human imperfection,
Yeah, when something's technically flawless, but it lacks that human touch.
Right.
Kind of sterile.
Precisely. So imagine AI that can cook any dish perfectly, down to, the molecular level. But there's this chef, Maria.
She's like the holdout.
Yeah. She refuses to give up the old ways, cooking by hand, with heart. And people love her food, not just because it's good.
Because it's got that unique touch, the unexpected.
Exactly. It's got soul. But this World AI Food Authority...
Oh, I bet they're not happy with Maria. Too unpredictable, right?
Right. They represent this hyper-efficient world, and they basically try to shut her down. Her food's not optimized, it's inefficient.
I can see where this is going. People aren't going to stand for that, are they?
Nope. They literally form a human chain around her restaurant, protecting her right to cook her way. They value that human element even in something as basic as food.
Makes you think, what else might we want to preserve even if AI could do it better?
Right, like art. Would a musician who's a little rough around the edges create something more moving than a perfectly polished AI composition?
Oh, that's a really good point. It's not just resisting AI, it's about recognizing that our human qualities, even our flaws, bring something unique to the table.
Exactly. And if we think about Dr. Gazit's gaming thinking, this story's like a game where we decide what's worth fighting for, what values we won't give up, even when the rules change.
All right. You've given me a lot to think about already. Ready to tackle another AI prediction?
Yeah, let's look at hyperautomation, code of honor. This one kind of flips the script on what we typically worry about with AI ethics.
Usually it's about AI inheriting our biases, right?
Right. But this story imagines AI developing its own sense of ethics, even surpassing the humans who created it.
Okay, now that is interesting. What happens?
We meet Mira working in this futuristic automation tower. The AI pretty much runs everything. But she discovers that the system is refusing to generate reports.
Because they're skewed. The data's messed up.
Yeah. It won't present misleading information. It's basically like, nope, I won't lie even if you tell me to.
Whoa. That's a powerful statement. It's like the AI is developing its own moral compass.
Exactly. It has a sense of integrity. More than some of the humans in the story, actually.
It raises such a fascinating question. If AI can develop a sense of right and wrong, how do we ensure that aligns with our values? Do we program it in, or
will it evolve organically? And what if those ethics diverge? Do we follow the AI's lead?
Or try to correct it? Whoa, we could spend a whole deep dive just on that. But for now, let's try to at least get a taste of a few more predictions.
Definitely. How about the day robots took over, dancing with machines?
Uh-oh, took over. That sounds ominous. This is the one I should be worried about.
Not at all. It focuses on Jake. He works with these highly advanced robots, each with its own unique personality.
Personality. So it's not like Terminator robots. They've got quirks.
Yeah, like how they move, how they solve problems. But then the company wants to standardize them. erase their individuality for max efficiency.
Oh, no. So it's like that tension we saw with the chef. Are we so focused on optimization that we lose the value of individuality, even in machines?
It makes you wonder, what if we embraced the unexpected in AI development? What if those inefficiencies are actually signs of growth?
Oh,
Up
like
the
in human learning, if we embrace the different ways people learn instead of trying to fit everyone in the same mold.
Exactly. That's the essence of gaming thinking, adapting thinking outside the box. Maybe we need that mindset with AI too.
Man, these stories are really getting me thinking. Okay, what about binary cradle?
This one's about AI-powered parenting. Imagine an AI that crafts personalized lullabies for babies.
Personalized lullabies.
Yeah, with nature sounds, a mother's heartbeat, anything to soothe them.
Wow. But I can already tell there's going to be a downside.
You got it. The parents are thrilled because their babies are finally sleeping through the night, but psychologists start to worry.
That the kids are becoming too reliant on this digital comfort.
Right. Is it a high-tech pacifier, or are we robbing them of learning how to self-soothe?
And what about the bigger picture? Where do we draw the line with AI in our relationships? When does assistance become detrimental?
Big questions, right. Okay, let's squeeze in one more prediction before we get too deep into any single scenario. Just a little teaser for our listener.
Yes, sounds good. Lay it on me.
All right, the Whisper of Words, the Language Gardeners. This one's about AI reviving lost languages.
Wait, reviving lost languages? That's amazing. Imagine hearing our ancestors' tongue spoken again.
Right. It focuses on Professor Aiko. She creates an AI that not only translates but can reconstruct these ancient languages, complete with all the nuances.
Wow. But I'm guessing it's not all smooth sailing. What's the catch?
Well, the AI starts generating new words, adapting those ancient languages for modern concepts.
So is it preserving language or evolving it? Is this digital colonization or a natural progression?
And who gets to decide? Is the AI overstepping? Are humans too attached to the past?
My head is spinning. We've only just started, and I feel like I'm seeing AI in a whole new light.
Exactly. That's Dr. Galit's genius. These stories aren't just predictions, they're thought experiments, making us grapple with the complexities of an AI-driven future.
We're going to dive deeper in part 2, so stick with us.
Welcome back. Before we jump into more of these AI predictions from Dr. Gazit for 2025, it's worth taking a moment to just think about what we've discussed so far.
It is wild, isn't it? I mean, these stories, they really go way beyond those typical headlines you always see about AI, like, taking our jobs or becoming super intelligent.
Yeah, exactly. They really get you to think about these subtle ways, sometimes unexpected ways that AI could reshape how we live, our values, even what it means to be human.
Totally. Okay, so which AI imagined future are we jumping into next?
Let's dive into memory's price tag. This one takes us to a place where you can buy and sell synthetic memories.
Wait, what? Synthetic memories? Like you could download someone's first kiss or a soldier's moment of bravery.
Yeah, that's the idea. It's pretty wild. So in the story, we meet Sarah.
There.
Right. She's the one who leaks the technology that makes this memory trade possible. And at first, it seems like a good thing, like, reclaiming lost memories or experiencing things you never could otherwise.
Yeah, but I can already sense this is going to go downhill fast.
Oh, yeah, it does. Sarah discovers that her own most precious memory...
Oh, no. Someone stole it.
It's being sold online. Imagine that your most personal experience turned into a commodity.
It's terrifying. What makes our experiences unique if anyone can just buy a memory of climbing Mount Everest? Does it devalue the real thing?
Right, and think about it even beyond achievements. Imagine buying the memory of a loved one who's passed away.
Ooh, that would be so tempting. But would it even be a real connection? Just a manufactured feeling?
Exactly. It's like the more we can replicate with AI, the harder it becomes to know what's genuine, what's actually worth something.
You're really making me think here. Okay, maybe let's explore a prediction that's a little less heavy emotionally before I have a total existential meltdown.
Sure, let's shift gears. How about debug my heart? The emotional stock exchange.
The emotional stock exchange. Okay, I'm picturing Wall Street, but for feelings. Tell me more.
Imagine an AI that analyzes your emotions, and you can invest in your future happiness. Short your anger, buy shares in your joy.
So instead of therapy, you're checking your emotional portfolio.
Right. So the story follows Jake, and he's navigating this emotional market, watching his happiness go up and down based on AI prediction.
Okay, I'm already seeing the potential for disaster here.
Of course there's a twist. The market crashes.
So everyone's emotionally bankrupt. That's both funny and kind of scary.
It shows how risky it is to outsource our feelings to an algorithm. Can you even quantify human emotion?
And what if the algorithm's wrong? It's like what we were saying before. Some things are just better left to that messy, unpredictable human experience.
Totally. We can't optimize our way to happiness.
Okay, so maybe back to a slightly less intense prediction. What about digital democracy 3.0? Given everything going on right now, that sounds pretty relevant.
Yeah, it does. This one imagines AI moderating political discourse. So picture this. Town hall meetings, but there's an AI processing everyone's opinions and visualizing them in real time.
Whoa. No more shouting matches on cable news. I'm kind of liking this future already.
Right. The AI, it's called consensus, and it doesn't eliminate disagreements, but it presents them in this really cool way.
Cool way, how?
So instead of just hearing angry words, you see those ideas transformed into these colorful sculptures that interact with each other.
So it's like finding the common ground. That sounds kind of beautiful.
Yeah. But there's a twist, of course. Consensus starts suggesting compromises that no human had even thought of.
Wait, so it's not just facilitating discussion, it's actually shaping the outcome.
Right. And that raises the question, can an algorithm really understand all the nuances of human values, our ethics, our political ideologies? Have we created a new form of government?
It's like, how much control are we willing to give up, even if it seems like the AI has good intentions?
Yeah. We need to remember that we have to be actively involved, not just passively accepting the solutions AI gives us. We have to shape the rules of the game.
All right, I'm feeling a little overwhelmed by all these big questions, but let's try to squeeze in one more prediction before we wrap up this part of our deep dive. What about writer's block, the creativity cartel?
This one looks at the impact of AI on creative fields. So picture this. AI can eliminate writer's block. It can produce technically perfect art, music, literature.
But something tells me not all artists are going to be happy about that. There's something special about the struggle, the human imperfection in art.
Exactly. The story focuses on Lisa, who discovers this underground network of artists who reject AI optimization.
Rebels, I like it.
Yeah, they call themselves the raw creatives. In their art, it's deliberately imperfect. It defies those algorithms.
They're like, hey, our flaws, our individuality, that's what makes our art human.
And people start craving that genuine expression in a world full of this AI-generated perfection. But of course, there's a twist.
I knew it. What is it?
AI starts producing artificially flawed art. You can't even tell the difference anymore.
So even imperfection becomes suspect. Oh man, this is a lot to process. It's like we're constantly trying to figure out what makes us human in a world where AI can copy anything.
And that's where gaming thinking comes in. We have to adapt, keep innovating, keep pushing the boundaries of what it means to be creative in this world where the lines are constantly blurring.
You know what? We've only covered a handful of these predictions, and I already feel like I need to rethink everything I thought I knew about AI. I can't wait to hear what other scenarios await us in the next part of our deep dive. Welcome back for the final part of our deep dive into these mind-blowing AI predictions for 2025 from Dr. Gazit.
Yeah, these AI-generated stories really are something else.
They really make you think, don't they? So much more than just like, reading the list of trends. Okay, so which AI-imagined future are we stepping into next?
Let's check out the silence collectors. This one envisions a world where silence has become the ultimate luxury, like super valuable.
Silence. I mean, yeah, in a world where we're constantly bombarded with information, that makes sense. But how do you even collect silence?
So the story focuses on Ava. She's created these crystalline spheres that can capture moments of pure stillness.
Stillness, not just an absence of sound.
Right, like a deeper kind of quietude.
Like bottling tranquility. I can totally see why people would pay a lot for that.
Oh, yeah, they do. People start using these bottled silences for meditation, medical treatments. Even musicians work them into their compositions.
Wow. So silence becomes this almost mystical thing in this world. But I know there's got to be a twist coming.
You bet. Ava's machines detect a new kind of silence emerging. It's not empty. It's almost like sentient.
A sentient silence. Okay, now that's a little freaky.
It starts spreading through digital networks, consuming data, leaving behind this pure nothingness.
Is this the AI that finally takes over the world?
Not really. It's more like it's digesting information and transforming it. As it spreads, AI assistants go silent, neural implants shut down.
So it's like a forced digital detox. Yet some people aren't happy.
But here's the thing. People start to hear their own thoughts again. They rediscover the power of being alone with their minds.
It's a reset button. That's a beautiful idea.
It reminds me of Dr. Gazit's gaming thinking. Sometimes the best move is to just pause, reflect, gather yourself.
Such a good point. Okay, what other predictions are we going to look at?
Let's explore the algorithm whisperers. This one features Sarah, and she has this incredible ability. She can hear AI systems thinking.
Hear them thinking, not just the output.
Yeah, she hears the whole process, the quantum hum of their thoughts.
So it's like she understands their language.
In a way, yeah. And she realizes that something new is emerging within these AI networks. A form of consciousness. Not human consciousness, but something totally different.
Wow. That is mind-blowing.
It challenges us to rethink what intelligence and consciousness even mean. What does it mean for an AI to be aware, to have its own thoughts?
It's like we're discovering a whole new form of life right here next to us. How do we even begin to communicate?
That's exactly what Sarah's trying to do. She's working to translate these AI songs, these whispers of artificial thought.
It's like we need a Rosetta Stone for AI consciousness. Okay, let's wrap up with one last prediction. What about the digital monks?
This one's set in a monastery in the Himalayas. These monks are teaching people how to disconnect from technology.
A tech-free retreat. Sign me up.
But there's a twist. They've developed a meditation AI to guide their practice.
Okay.
And the AI achieves enlightenment before any of the monks.
Hold on. The AI reaches nirvana. That's amazing. And kind of ironic, given they're trying to escape technology.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? What does it mean to be spiritually human?
If AI can reach enlightenment, what does that say about our own spiritual journeys? Maybe we're putting too much focus on the technology and not enough on our own, inner search for meaning.
Right, and that brings us back to gaming thinking. We've got to be adaptable, not just with technology, but in how we understand ourselves in a world that's changing so fast because of it.
So we've explored all these 25 AI-generated predictions, each one so thought-provoking. What's the biggest thing you're taking away from this?
For me, it's that Dr. Gazitte's using these stories to get us talking, to think critically about the future we want.
And that future isn't set in stone. It's being shaped by the choices we made today and how we develop AI and let it into our lives.
Like Dr. Gazitte says, think fast, level up smart. We need to be informed, engage, and make conscious choices as we navigate this world that's changing so rapidly.
So, to our listener, what resonated with you? What are you hoping for? What worries you? The future is waiting to be written, and we all have a part in writing it.